The house at 1427 Maple Street, built in 1893, was a wedding cake Victorian with widow's walks and gingerbread trim that had long since surrendered to rot. When the Delgado family moved in during the summer of 1998, the realtor described it as a fixer-upper with character. 7-year-old Mateo Delgado would later say the house didn't have character, it had memory. Mateo's bedroom sat directly beneath the attic pull-down stairs. The ceiling was plaster, cracked in a spiderweb pattern that seemed to shift when he wasn't looking. From the first night, he heard the scratching, slow, methodical, like a dog trying to dig through drywall from the wrong side. It wasn't random, Mateo told me 27 years later, voice low, fingers drumming the table at the diner where we met. It was counting, one scratch for every heartbeat I had left. His mother, Marla Delgado, set snap traps baited with peanut butter. The traps remained unsprung. His father, Louis, a mechanic who trusted only what he could torque with a wrench, climbed the ladder with a maglite and found nothing but mouse droppings and a single child-sized shoe print in the dust, barefoot, toes splayed wide, as if the child had been running. Aye, the pattern. The scratching always began at 9:17 p.m. Mateo timed it with the glowing digits of his Spider-Man alarm clock. He began a log in a spiral notebook. 7:12:98, 9. 17 p.m. 47 scratches, then silence. 7:13:98, 9. 17 p.m. 46 scratches, then a thump. 7:14:98, 9. 17 p.m. 45 scratches. Voice said, "I'm cold." The voice was the turning point. Mateo pressed his ear to the ceiling and whispered, "Who are you?" The reply came from inside the attic, papery and genderless. "I'm nailed here." Marla Delgado, a devout Catholic, crossed herself and called Father Ramirez from St. Ignatius. The priest arrived with holy water and a crucifix. He blessed every room but refused to climb the attic ladder. "Some doors," he said, "are nailed shut for a reason." Aye, the spikes. On July 18, Louis Delgado snapped. He dragged the ladder into the hallway, flashlight between his teeth, and ascended. The attic smelled of iron and lilacs left too long in a vase. In the northwest corner, beneath a dormer window filmed with decades of grime, he found the outline. A child-sized silhouette in rust brown, 4 iron spikes driven through the floorboards at wrist and ankle positions. The spikes were hand-forged, square-shanked, the kind used in railroad construction before 1900. Louis pried them out with a crowbar. The wood beneath was soft, pulpy, as if the spikes had been sunk into flesh before plank. He bagged the spikes in a Ziploc and drove straight to the police station. Detective Harlan Brooks, a man who'd seen bodies in barrels, told him, "Kid, this is above my pay grade. File it under historical curiosity." That night the scratching did not come. At 3:02 a.m., Mateo woke to find the attic ladder extended, rungs slick with a dark, viscous fluid. Tiny bare footprints, wet, glistening, descended the ladder and stopped at the foot of his bed. The footprints were pointing toward him, toes curled as if the child had been dragged backward by the ankles. IV. The disappearance of Emily Hartwell. Local historian Marla Kline, curator of the Eldridge County Museum, recognized the spikes immediately. They matched a set missing from an 1896 photograph of the Maple Street house under construction. The photo showed a crew of 12 men and 1 child, a girl in a pinafore holding a hammer. The caption read, "Emily Hartwell, age 9, mascot of the crew." Emily Hartwell vanished on September 3, 1896. The Eldridge Gazette ran a single paragraph. Little Emily Hartwell, daughter of foreman Josiah Hartwell, was last seen playing near the new Victorian on Maple Street. Foul play not suspected. Marla dug deeper. Josiah Hartwell's journal, donated to the museum in 1923, contained an entry dated September 4, 1896. "The men say the house is cursed. They nailed the girl in the attic to appease it. I was drunk. God forgive me." The demolition. The Delgados moved out on August 1, 1998. The house sat vacant for 6 years, a magnet for urban explorers and ghost-hunting YouTubers. In 2004, developer Marcus Reed purchased the property for $42,000, less than the cost of the land. Demolition began on October 31. Worker Tony Valdez, operating a backhoe, struck something solid beneath the attic floor. He assumed a beam. It was a pine box, child-sized, lid pried open from the inside. Inside lay a skeleton no longer than a yardstick, wrists and ankles shattered, finger bones splintered as if the child had clawed at the lid for hours. The coroner estimated time of death, 1896. The Eldridge Gazette ran the story on page A3. Child remains found in attic, historical mystery solved. No mention of the Spikes, no mention of the Delgados. VI, the aftermath. Mateo Delgado, now 34, lives in a one-story apartment in Tucson. He keeps the attic door from the Maple Street house, salvaged by Tony Valdez and gifted to him years later, propped against his bedroom wall. It is sealed with 13 padlocks. Every night at 9:17 p.m., the door rattles exactly 47 times. He has never opened it.